babies? Well, no, just this. Oh, man. That's big. Oh, no.
I was the only person in the lab, and all of a sudden I heard a crash.
Late night coral delivery.
Sometimes, as you walk into Polo Reef, there's a real sense of calm. In the big 17,000-gallon tank, it tends to slow everything down. But once you walk past that, things tend to get a little bit crazy in the back. And today, it's no exception.
Well, no, just this. Oh, man. You right?
Yeah, holes in the bag.
Throw in the water.
The team is gearing up for another busy day of coral shipments, innovation, dives, and let's just say, not everything's going to run smoothly. As soon as the team arrives, they waste no time getting right to work.
So we just got a new shipment in from New York Aquatics. We got some Antheas coming in, 2 different species. We got some Conspicuous angels that we're excited about that were captive bred. And I think we got some coral coming in too.
They seem super excited for this beautiful batch to arrive, and some of the fish are just absolutely stunning.
Barlets. These are nice barlets.
They move quickly, as they know this is shipment number 1 of 3 coming in today. Even Andrew is super excited at some of the newest additions.
Hello, babies.
I'm really excited, guys. I feel like I should be passing out the cigars. I'm a new daddy again. We have 4 baby Conspicuous angelfish, captive bred, which means not taken from the wild. And I'm really excited to raise these babies again. We did it many, many years ago. Excited to have them. They're in quarantine right now in a nice, mature, reef-ready system. We're gonna probably move them to the back 300-gallon SPS system, which is the same water as the 17,000. Raise them up a little bit bigger before they go into the new tank. By the way, the reason why these fish are pretty special, A, they're pretty rare. They come from a very narrow geographic range. New Caledonia to, I believe it's Eastern Australia. They're not collected very much at all. They're pretty deep fish, 130 feet down. Come with me. I want to show you in front of the 17,000-gallon tank why you became daddies again. Well, you know, we've been doing some odds and ends and cleaning up and so forth and so on. And we realized about a month ago, a few of our fish happened to have just vanished. Which obviously means there was some death in the tank and we have no carcass or body to confirm or even find out why they passed. Usually we love to do a necropsy and send the fish out to the lab to understand what killed the fish. That's for our understanding of how to take care of them better. In this case, no body, vanished. And you know what vanished? The conspics. And so one day we were looking at the tank and someone noticed the conspics are missing, and sure enough, they're gone, and we just have no idea. So I'm restocking. And to me, they are one of the most spectacular, beautiful reef fish in the world. And to have them in this tank over those last 7-8 years, it was spectacular and added something to the tank. And so here we go again, round 2.
Some of the fish and coral are set to end up in the 300-gallon tank in the back. Last episode, the team worked on breaking down this tank to change the aquascaping. They also removed large colonies as the system was getting a little bit overcrowded. You can catch the episode with the link in the description below. Today, the team will work on finishing the renovation of this tank, so some of the new shipment can be placed in the 300-gallon. Once complete, this tank promises to be absolutely stunning.
So the guys are rescaping the 300, and they're working with the rock right now, so they're just dry fitting it. We're going to use a combination of glues, epoxies, some Instaset to really get everything to hold and look good.
Meanwhile, back in the lab, Alex the vet continues to work on the shipment. He now shifts his attention to scraping the Antheas and begins the Polo Reef quarantine protocols.
Scraping the Antheas now. I saw them a couple days ago at the wholesaler. We're just scraping them again just to make sure that there's nothing on them. And if there is, then we can start treating immediately.
Just below the lab, Yeltsin is in the sub-basement with Little John, working on some more Polo innovations. This time, the focus is on carbon in the 17,000-gallon tank. Due to the sheer volume of water, Andrew and the team inject ozone into the skimmers for this system. By the time the water gets to the sump, most of the ozone has off-gassed, but residual ozone could remain. This isn't good for the other tanks hooked up to the system, like the beautiful clam tank or the LPS tanks. To learn more about ozone and how it's ran safely at Polo Reef, stay tuned for future episodes as Andrew gives a detailed walkthrough of how it all works on the 17,000-gallon tank. You won't want to miss it.
So we run carbon in the sumps, and obviously with the scale and the size of how big the sump is, it's difficult to access things like GFO and carbon. So we have to come up with a bunch of different ways of how to kind of hang baskets in the sump. So what we did was made basically a hanger for our carbon basket. That way we could take it in and out without having to go all the way in the sump.
With a little bit of ingenuity and some elbow grease, they're able to get carbon set up in the 17,000-gallon sump. Back upstairs, the Dream Team is back at it again, working feverishly to finish the 300-gallon aquascaping. They want to work quickly, but not skip any details. Like any great reef system, the aquascaping can make or break the success of your tank. These two have aquascaped many tanks and have a great system to balance both aesthetics and functionality. Andrew decides to pop in to check on the progress of the tank, and he's not disappointed.
You can always add something there.
I like it.
Maybe like down here.
I like it.
A big mod here.
I like it.
All right.
Beautiful.
So you want to lower the lights
Lower
down?
the lights down, like cut it in half, not gonna corals in it right away. Just doing rock, doesn't turtle. Yeah, I'll do it. Is there a master slider or I gotta edit it? Here's the master slider.
After a few final tweaks, the aquascaping, it's finally complete, and the team wastes no time repopulating the tank with coral. These tanks, they're all part of the 17,000-gallon system, so the team, they don't have to wait for any cycling to take place. The 17,000-gallon provides more than enough to jumpstart aquariums of many different sizes.
We just finished cleaning out this 300 back here. We're getting all the corals back from the quarantine system. They've been dipped every 3 days for the past 2 weeks. Nothing's on them, so they're ready to go back into the tank.
These pieces have been sitting in quarantine during the aquascaping phase. Their timing couldn't be any better, as the quarantine was getting a little bit overcrowded and needed room for the new coral shipments. Once the new arrivals finish their final inspections, they'll be put into the tank, so stay tuned until the end to see the results of this amazing, renovated 300-gallon tank. Back in the lab, Alex the vet, he's finishing his scrapes of the anthias.
So we got a head start on putting the red stripe anthias in their quarantine. There's a lot of pipes in there, a lot of places for them to hide, reducing aggression. Also, like a safe place for them to hang out for a couple of days. They just got scraped. They all look clean.
If you don't know by now, Andrew and the team, they love anthias. They're not only vibrant, but also full of personality. Anthias are definitely difficult to keep, and Polo Reef is no stranger to trying just about anything to get them to eat.
We're establishing very strict quarantine protocols, as anthias are probably one of the more difficult fish to get through quarantine. They're incredibly sensitive, they're incredibly susceptible to disease. We see protozoal infections, bacterial infections, even viral infections quite frequently. Scuteocytosis or urinema is an extremely common protozoal infection that is incredibly hard to treat. We have done pretty successfully treated external urinema. We've not been able to treat internal urinema just yet. We are working on some new protocol with different medication combinations and different antiprotozoals to see if we can treat that internal protozoa. These fish will stay in quarantine for a couple weeks just to make sure that they don't have any of those suspected diseases, no viral infections, no bacterial infections, no protozoal infections before we put them anywhere in the house, because the last thing we want is for them to be passing something around. Anthias, because they live in close proximity to each other, they tend to pass things incredibly quick. So a lot of the times they can die one after another or even as a batch. That's something that we're always cautious about.
Like anything else in this hobby, they welcome the challenge and continue to work on protocols to best keep these beauties. With one shipment done, the team turns around only to find the second shipment of the day. The coral in these boxes have Jonathan a little bit concerned. They're not only beautiful, but they're also large, and space, it's becoming very limited.
I don't trust them out there. There's too much going on in there. Macros.
That's big. Andrew.
Show me what's big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice piece.
After checking the rest of the shipment out, the team decides to pivot. They realize that there's just not enough space for the coral in the quarantines. The new plan is to inspect them meticulously and place the largest corals right into the 2,500-gallon tank. Sounds simple, right? But as we all know, at Polo Reef, when something sounds easy, chances are it's not.
What moved?
The whole log. The whole rock.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I think it fell.
Oh wow.
Oh no! Don't do that. You're ripping the green table off.
Luckily for the team, this ends up being an easy fix, and they avoid catastrophe.
Turn it 90 degrees counterclockwise. Perfect. Well, it's blocking the green table a little. Spin it. No, the other direction. Little more. Good.
It's crazy to think how far the 2,500-gallon masterpiece reef has come. Andrew and the team have waited so long to get to this point, and there's still more work to be done. So make sure you stay tuned for more 2,500-gallon updates. You won't want to miss it. While the team was upstairs, a crashing noise could be heard from the lab. It's not something you ever want to hear at Polo Reef.
We were just doing some work. Everyone was upstairs. I was the only person in the lab, and all of a sudden I heard a crash. I looked around, and one of our halide fixtures gave out on the ceiling, and it just came down into the tank. There's nothing leaching or anything like that. So we just have to replace the plastic fixture that we had attached to the wall with a metal fixture.
I cut down and I just see John like. John was holding.
Luckily, Little John was there to catch the light. This could have been a Polo Reef disaster. Has anything like this ever happened to you? Leave a comment down below. We'd love to hear about it. With the drama all squared away in the lab, Max shifts his attention to placing the remaining coral into the 300-gallon tank. And just like that, the 300-gallon has finished its remodel and is looking absolutely stunning. Another beautiful reef tank to add to the Polo Reef collection. It's midday, and so much has already happened. Even Phoebe is feeling exhausted. The team has a moment to rest. Well, everyone except for Andrew. He actually has some visitors, and they brought with them something rather
The
small.
largest residential coral reef in the world meets
The smallest coral reef tanks in the world.
this thing you could take anywhere.
It's pretty amazing to see the smallest reef next to one of the largest. Regardless of the size of the tank, it inspires us all the same. So much so that Polo Reef even decided to give the mini reef tank a shot. With a quick tour and a mini Polo Reef tank built, Phoebe is well rested and lets everyone else know it's time to get back to work. With the blink of an eye, the team is back at it and ready for their next task, fixing one of the massive pumps in the 17,000-gallon tank. To do this, Patty suits up, gets on scuba, and dives right in.
Alright, so Patty's in the tank right now just adjusting one of the pumps that slipped up a little bit, and then she's also going to be picking up a few corals down here that fell off their rock.
A little bit, Yeltsin, because it's gonna go blow on directly on that coral. Up and to the right a little bit.
Yeah. Leave it like that, good?
Yeah, I think you're good there.
Alright, I'm gonna put it on, so let's see.
Yeah.
With some adjustments made, they turn the pump back on and adjust the power to see if it's running properly.
Actually, you have to.
89 right now.
Come downstairs again.
It's never easy to see flow in any reef tank. To help with this, Patty uses her regulator and bleeds the air to create bubbles. Now the team can see the effects of the pump in real time. Way to think outside of the box, Patty.
To the left side.
There you go. She's got it.
Yeah, I think she knows the spot. She's just trying to
Yeah,
get
she can see through it.
Yeah, she can see where she has to aim.
Stay tuned for future episodes where Andrew goes through an in-depth walkthrough of flow for this massive tank and some of the challenges that come with it. With this mission complete, the team is ready to end their long day. But not so fast. There's still one more shipment of coral expected. The shipment is arriving at the airport, so Patty heads out for what's supposed to be a quick trip. Even Andrew is waiting in anticipation for this late-night arrival.
Late night coral delivery. It's gonna be one of the last for this calendar year. Trust me, though, my fourth quarter coral purchases, I'm going to zero. No, I don't know about zero. I haven't done zero.
After a long wait, Patty and the coral finally arrive.
Alright guys, so we finally got the shipment from Afnan. We've been waiting all day. Patty's showing up from the airport right now. We're gonna go unload them from our car and figure out where we're gonna put them.
It's been a very long day.
Do not ship corals on 9/11. If not, you're gonna wait for 6 hours, and there is gonna be so much traffic and so much police.
Max and Dunn work into the night, and Andrew pops in to take a look at the third and final coral shipment of the day. In the end, it was worth the wait. These coral are absolutely spectacular. It's not every day you get to see Polo Reef when the lights are ramping down. At Polo Reef, every day brings something new. New challenges, new ideas, new life. From coral arrivals to re-aquascaping, each piece adds to a bigger picture that's always growing and changing. That's the beauty of this place. No matter how hectic things get, at the end of the day, it's all about building something that inspires and lasts. And tomorrow, Andrew and the team, they'll be right back at it again, because the reef never stops and neither does Polo. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to stay updated on everything Polo Reef. Until next time.